Hello, my friend. My name is Ronnie. I am learning English. I want to share my story. It is a simple story, but it is very special to me. It is about the first time I spoke English. You can read my story. Maybe it helps you too. I live in a small town in India. I like English, but I don't speak it well. I learn English in school, but we don't speak much. We read and write. We learn grammar, but we don't talk. I want to speak. I want to talk to people in English. One day I go to the market with my sister. We buy fruit. A foreign man is in the shop. He looks lost. He speaks to the shopkeeper, but the shopkeeper does not understand him. The man looks at me. He says, "Excuse me, do you speak English?" My heart beats fast. I am scared, but I want to try. I remember one sentence. I say, "Yes, a little." He smiles. He says, "Where is the nearest bus stop?" I know the place. I want to help. I think of the words. Then I say, "Go straight, turn left. Bus stop is near the bank." The man says, "Thank you very much." I say, "You are welcome." He goes, "I feel so happy." It was a short talk, only 2 sentences, but it was my first real conversation in English. I use my English to help someone. I feel proud. After this, I decide to learn more. Start watching English videos. I listen to English songs. I write new words in my notebook. I speak English with my sister. We ask each other easy questions, like, "What is your name?" and "How are you?" Then I find an English class in my town. I join the class. My teacher is a friendly man. He says you don't need to be perfect, just speak. I like his way of teaching. On the first day, he asks us, "Why do you want to learn English?" I say I want to talk to people. He says that is a good reason. English is for communication. Don't worry about mistakes. Use English every day. In the class, we don't use many books. We talk a lot. We play games. We ask questions and answer them. We work in pairs. We tell small stories. Every day I feel more confident. My teacher says, "Don't learn only grammar. Don't try to be perfect. Just speak. Speak slowly. Speak simply. Speak every day." I remember his words. I speak even when I make mistakes. It is okay. I also make friends in the class. We practice together. We send messages in English. We share jokes. We laugh. Learning is fun. 1 month later, I go to a cafe. A woman from the UK is sitting near me. Her coffee spills. I help her. She says, "Thank you." I smile and say, "No problem." She says, "Are you from here?" I say, "Yes, I live nearby." We talk for 5 minutes. She says, "Your English is nice." I say, "Thank you. I'm learning." She says, "Good job. Keep going." That day I feel very happy. No, I still have a lot to learn, but I also know that I can speak, can understand. I can connect with people. Now I learn a little English every day. I read short stories. I listen to podcasts. I watch English cartoons. Speak to my classmates. I try to think in English. My English is not perfect, but I enjoy learning. I am not afraid to talk now. My first sentence gave me confidence. That one moment started everything. If you are learning English, speak your first sentence. Don't wait. Don't be shy. Just try. Start with one word, then two, then a sentence. You will improve. Use English every day. Speak with friends. Watch videos. Read stories. Learn like a child. Have fun. Make mistakes. Don't give up. English is not just a subject. English is a way to connect, a way to share your ideas, a way to open new doors. So remember this. Your first sentence can change your life. Chapter 2. My first job in English. It is Thursday. Today is my first day at my new job. I feel a little nervous. I wake up early. I dress nicely. I go to the cafe. It is small, but it is very nice. Many people come in. The morning. They want coffee, tea, and food. A woman opens the door. She is the manager. She smiles and says, "Good morning." I say, "Good morning." She says, "Are you Ronnie?" I say, "Yes, I am." She says, "Come in. I will show you the cafe." I follow her. She shows me the counter. She shows me the tables. She shows me the kitchen. She tells me, "You will take orders. You will bring food and drinks. You will clean the tables." I say, "Okay." She says, "Don't worry. I will help you." I feel better. Then I meet another worker. His name is Tom. He is from England. He is young. He is friendly. He says, "Welcome to the team." I say, "Thank you." He says, "If you need help, just ask." Say, "Okay, thank you." First, everything is new. I don't understand all the words. I hear words like menu, order, tray, and receipt. I don't know what they mean, but I look and listen. I learn. A customer comes to me. She says, "Can I have a black coffee and a muffin?" I say, "Yes, of course." I go to the counter. I say the order to Tom. I bring the coffee and the muffin to the customer. I say, "Here you are." She says, "Thank you." I say, "You're welcome." I feel happy. I speak English. I help people. I learn new words. I hear the words again and again. This helps me remember them. I don't write them down. I just listen. I just use them. This is how I learn. After some time, I learn more words. I learn how to say, "Would you like sugar?" or "eat in" or "take away." I learn how to say, "Enjoy your meal" and "Have a nice day." These are small sentences, but they are useful. At the cafe, I speak to many people. I speak to customers. I speak to workers. I speak to my manager. I speak English all day. I make mistakes, but nobody laughs. They help me. They understand that I am learning. Every evening I go home and I think about my day. I think about the words I heard. I think about the things I said. Sometimes I look at new words in a dictionary, but I don't study much. Just remember them because I use them. At school, I tell my teacher about my job. She says, "That is a great way to learn. You use English every day. You hear real English. You speak real English. This is very good. I feel proud." She tells the class, "You don't need to learn all the words from a book. You learn best when you use English in your life. Speak, listen, read, and write a little every day. This is the best method. In the next class, we talk about jobs. Every student talks about their job or what they want to do. We speak in pairs. Then we tell our stories to the whole class. I talk about the cafe. Say, I like my job. I talk to people. I learn English. My classmates listen. They smile. They ask me questions. I answer them. I learn something important. When I speak English, I feel strong. I feel happy. I feel like I can do more. I want to learn more. I want to speak better. Now every day is a new lesson for me. At school, I learn with my teacher and classmates. At work, I learn with real people. I use new words. I try new sentences. I listen carefully. I speak slowly. I am not afraid. This is my way to learn English. I read. I speak. I listen. I work. I enjoy the process. Don't worry about mistakes. I just keep going. If you are learning English, try to use it every day. Speak with people. Listen to them. Read something small. Learn new words by using them. This is a good way. This is my way. And it works. Chapter 3. My first day speaking with confidence. The next day is Thursday. It is the day I start my new job at the cafe. I feel excited, but I also feel a little nervous. I want to speak well. Want people to understand me. I want to use good pronunciation. In the morning, I remember what my teacher said about pronunciation. I remember the shadowing technique. Before going to work, I take my phone. I search for an English video. I find a short interview. The speaker talks slowly and clearly. I listen and I repeat. I speak after him. I try to say the words the same way he does. I look in the mirror. I watch how I move my mouth. I do this for 10 minutes. Then I feel ready to go. At the cafe, I say hello to my manager. She says, "Good morning, Ronnie." I say, "Good morning." She tells me I will work at the counter today. I must take orders from the customers. I say, "Okay, I will do my best." The first customer comes. She says, "Can I have a tea and a croissant, please?" I smile. I say, "Yes, 1 tea and 1 croissant." I say, clearly. I speak slowly. She understands me. I am happy. Later, I speak to more people. I try to say every word clearly. I use what I learned from shadowing. I think about my mouth. I think about the sounds. I don't speak fast. I take my time. Some words are hard, but I try again. One man says, "Your English is very good." I smile. I say, "Thank you. I am learning." That makes me feel proud. I feel more confident. I want to speak more. After work, I go home. I want to practice again. I take my phone. I play the same video. I do shadowing again. This time I try to sound even closer to the speaker. I listen. I speak. I listen again. Copy the voice. Later I find a short story online. It is about a girl and her dog. The story is easy. I understand all the words. I read it out loud. I record myself. I listen to my voice. I compare it with a native speaker who reads the same story. I hear the difference. I practice the hard words. I say them again and again. The next day at school, I tell my teacher about my shadowing practice. She says that is great. If you do this every day, your pronunciation will improve a lot. I say, I will try. She smiles and says, good. In class, we practice pronunciation together. Our teacher plays short sentences. We listen. We repeat. We do it again and again. Some students laugh. It is fun, but we are learning. Then we speak in pairs. We ask each other questions. We answer with full sentences. We focus on clear pronunciation. We help each other. We laugh when we say something wrong, but we try again. My partner is from Brazil. He speaks well. I ask, how do you practice speaking? He says, I talk to myself. I stand in front of the mirror and speak English. It helps. I think this is a good idea. Want to try this too? After school, I go to my football training again. I meet my new friends. We speak English together. We talk about football. We talk about food. We talk about our homes. Sometimes I say words in a funny way, but they understand me. They help me say it better. One boy from Japan says, "Your pronunciation is good." I say, "Thank you." I do shadowing. He says, "What is that?" I explain the technique. He says, "I want to try that too." We both smile. I learned that good pronunciation is not about being perfect. It is about trying. It is about listening. It is about repeating. It is about using your mouth in a new way. I learned that it is okay to make mistakes. People understand, people help. I just need to practice every day. At home, I speak to myself. I read out loud. I sing English songs. I repeat what I hear in films. I shadow short videos. I learn a little every day. My pronunciation is not perfect, but it is better. And I feel more confident now. Speak more. I enjoy speaking. When you want to speak better, do not be afraid. Listen to native speakers. Repeat after them. Copy their sounds. Use shadowing. Use your voice. Speak out loud. This is how I learned to speak English with confidence. Chapter 4. How to learn grammar. It is Saturday morning. I don't go to school today, but I still want to learn something. I sit in my room and think about yesterday's lesson. Our teacher said that we can learn grammar without studying too much. That is good for me. I want to speak well, but I don't like grammar books. I remember she said reading helps with grammar. So I open a short story on my phone. It is a story about a boy and his dog. The story is easy. I understand almost every word. I read it slowly. I look at the sentences. I see how the words go together. The boy says, "I walk my dog every day." Then later he says, "Yesterday I walked my dog to the park." I see the difference. Walk and walked. Now I understand how to use the past tense. I don't study rules, but I see the example. This is easy to remember. Read more stories. I try to notice how people say things. When they talk about now, they use words like is, are, go, and play. When they talk about the past, they say was, were, went, and played. These examples help me. In the afternoon, I go to work again. The cafe is busy today. Many people come. I have to speak a lot. I say things like, "Would you like something to eat?" Or, "Do you want sugar in your coffee?" These are simple questions, but I remember that I heard them in the stories too. I also hear our manager say, "He is making a sandwich," or "They are cleaning the table." I know this is called the present continuous. She is not teaching me grammar, but I hear it. Many times, I understand how it works. When I come home, I open the website, www.grrmarinless.com. Again, I choose level 1. There are many short grammar lessons. Each lesson has examples. There are no long explanations. I like that. Read a lesson about the present simple. The examples are she likes tea. He plays football. I go to school. I already know these sentences. Now I see why we say likes and not like. It is easier when I see it in a sentence. Next, I read about the past simple. It says, "I watched a film. She cooked dinner." I already saw this in the story today. Now I understand it better. I don't need to remember hard rules. I just read and noticed the changes. On Sunday, I don't work. Decide to practice speaking. I stand in front of the mirror. I talk about my day. I say, "Today is Sunday. I don't work today. I wake up at 8 o'clock. Eat breakfast. Then I watch TV. I speak slowly. I think about the grammar. It is not perfect, but it is okay. Then I talk about yesterday. I say, yesterday was Saturday. I worked at the cafe. I spoke to many people. I made coffee. I cleaned the tables. I feel happy. I use past tense. I don't use any grammar book. I only think about what I read and what I hear. I also remember our teacher talked about shadowing. She said it helps with grammar too, so I play a short video. It is a girl talking about her weekend. Listen to her. Then I say the same words after her. Copy her. I listen to how she says the sentences. I say them too. It helps me a lot. On Monday I go to school again. Our teacher gives us a small test. It is not hard. She reads a sentence and we have to say if it is present or past. I get almost all answers right. I feel good. She says, "You all did a great job. You are learning grammar through listening and reading. This is how babies learn their first language and you are doing the same." After class, I talk to my friend from Brazil. He says, "I used to hate grammar, but now I don't mind it." Say, "Yes, me too. Now I read and listen more. It helps." He agrees. Later I go to work again. My manager tells me, "You are doing better every day." I smile. I say thank you. Think it's true. I can speak better. I can use better grammar. And I don't study grammar books. This method works for me. I read stories. I listen to English. I do shadowing. I speak about my day. I don't worry about grammar rules. I just use English. When you want to learn grammar, don't try to remember everything. Read, listen, speak, and use English. Grammar will come to you just like it came to me. Chapter 5. How to practice speaking. It is Tuesday morning. I go to school again. I feel good. I want to learn more English. I sit in my chair and wait for the teacher. The teacher comes in and says, "Today we will talk about speaking." I am happy. Speaking is my favorite part of English. I want to speak better. The teacher asks us, "Do you practice speaking at home?" Some students say yes. Some students say no. One student says, "I want to speak, but I have no one to speak with." The teacher says, "Yes, this is a problem for many people." Then the teacher tells us something interesting. She says, "You don't always need a person to speak with. You can speak by yourself. This is called self-talk. You can talk about your day. You can talk about what you see. You can talk about anything." I listen carefully. I want to try it. The teacher gives an example. She says, "You wake up in the morning. You can say, 'Good morning.' I'm brushing my teeth. I am making breakfast. I am going to school." She says, "We can do this every day. It will help us speak better." Then she gives us one more idea. She says, "We can record ourselves. We can listen to our voice. We can hear our mistakes. We can try again." She says, "Don't be afraid. Nobody will laugh. It is only for you." We also play a game in class. It is a speaking game. We work in pairs. We ask and answer questions. I ask my partner, "What do you like to eat?" He says, "I like pizza." I say, "Me too." Then he asks me, "What do you do on weekends?" I say, "I play football." The teacher walks around and listens. She says, "Very good. Keep speaking." I feel more confident. After school, I walk to the cafe. I think about the lesson. I want to speak more. I look at the things around me. I say in English, "This is a street. That is a car. I see a dog. The dog is running." Speak to myself quietly. At work, I speak to customers. I say, "What would you like?" Or, "Here is your coffee." I try to speak clearly. I don't worry about mistakes. I know practice will help me. One customer talks to me. She says, "Where are you from?" I say, "I am from India." She says, "Your English is nice." I say, "Thank you. I am learning." We speak for 2 minutes. I feel proud. After work, I go home. Stand in front of the mirror. I speak about my day. I say, "Today I went to school. I learned about speaking. I went to work. I made coffee. I spoke to a customer. I look at myself. I listen to my words. I repeat some sentences. Later, I call my friend from school. Her name is Anna. She is from Spain. I say, "Do you want to practice English with me?" She says, "Yes, of course." We talk on the phone for 10 minutes. We ask easy questions. We answer. We speak slowly. It is fun. Before I sleep, I play an English video. It is a short story. I listen and then I repeat. I do shadowing. I speak after. The voice. I copy the sounds. I enjoy it. The next day I do the same. I speak. With Anna again. We talk about food. I say, "I like rice and vegetables." She says, "I like pasta." I ask, "Do you cook at home?" She says, "Yes, I cook. Every day." I also talk to myself in English. I say, "Now I am walking. I see a shop. I go inside. I buy water." These are small sentences, but they help me. At school, our teacher asks, "Who practiced speaking?" I raise my hand. "Other students do too," she says. Great. Speaking is the best way to learn a language. Speak every day. Don't wait for perfect grammar. Just speak. I learned something important. I don't need to wait for a perfect moment. I don't need to speak. Only at school. I can speak anytime. I can speak anywhere. Now I speak more. Speak with friends. I speak at work. I speak to myself. I even dream in English. Sometimes. When you want to speak better, speak often. Speak with people. Speak to yourself. Repeat what you hear. Use your voice. Use your English. This is how I practice speaking and it works for me. Chapter 6. How to learn by listening. It is Thursday morning. Wake up early. I feel good today. I want to learn more English. I remember what my teacher said yesterday. She said, "If you want to speak well, you must listen a lot." I want to try this. I take my phone. Find a short English story online. I play it and I listen. The speaker talks slowly. I understand many words. I listen again. This time I understand more. I listen 3 times. Now I understand the story. Well, the story is about a boy and a dog. It is a simple story, but I learn new words. I learn how to say sentences. I learn how the speaker says words. I listen and repeat. I try to say it like the speaker. After that I go to school. Our teacher says, "Today we will learn about listening." Listening is a very good way to learn English. It helps your speaking. It helps your grammar. It helps everything. She tells us what we can do. She says, "Listen to English every day." You can listen to short stories, news, or simple conversations. You don't have to understand every word. Just listen and enjoy. I like this idea. She also says, "It is good to listen many times. First time, just listen. Second time, listen. And try to understand. Third time, repeat after the speaker." This is called shadowing. I already know about shadowing. I do it often. It helps me with pronunciation. It also helps me hear the grammar. Our teacher plays a short audio. It is a girl talking about her family. She says, "My name is Emily. Live with my parents and my brother. My brother is older than me. I understand most of it. I listen again. I repeat what she says. The teacher smiles. She says, "Well done." After school, I walk home. I put my earphones in. I play an English podcast. The speakers talk slowly. They speak about food and travel. I like the topic. I listen and smile. I don't understand every word, but I get the idea. I hear one speaker say, "I really enjoy trying new food." I say it too. I repeat, "I really enjoy trying new food." I say it again and again. Now I remember this sentence. At home I eat lunch. Then I go to work at the cafe. While I clean the tables, I say some sentences in English. I say, "This table is clean. That table is dirty. I am cleaning now." I speak to myself. It helps me remember new words. After work, I go home. I want to listen more. I play a short video on my laptop. It is about a woman who loves animals. She talks about her cat and dog. She speaks clearly. I understand her well. I listen to the video 2 times. Then I write down some new words. I don't write everything, only the new words I like. I write animal lover, pet, and feed. I say each word. I use them in sentences. I say I am an animal lover. Want a pet. I feed my cat every day. Now I understand the words better. I learn them by listening and speaking. The next morning I listen to the same video again. I remember more. Now, the words are easy. The sentences are easy. I feel happy. At school I talk to Anna. I say, I listen to English every day now. She says, me too. I listen when I cook. I listen when I walk. It helps a lot. Teacher says, if you listen to English 15 minutes every day, your English will grow fast. You don't need a book. You don't need grammar rules. Just listen and enjoy. I do that every day. I listen in the morning. I listen before bed. I listen when I wait for the bus. I use my time to learn. Sometimes I don't understand much. That's okay. I keep listening. Each time I learn more, my ears get used to English. My brain learns the sounds. I hear the words better now. Now I can understand people more when they talk to me. I don't ask, can you repeat all the time? Can answer faster. I feel more confident. When you want to speak English well, first listen a lot. Listen every day. Choose easy things. Repeat the words. Copy the sentences. Use them when you speak. This is how I learn, by listening. And it really works.